I'm Jenny. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. I'm very, very honored to have my friend Joanne here with me today. Let's have Joanne introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Joanne. I am a yoga teacher and I live in Metro Vancouver. I teach here locally as well as have my online offering. Thank you, Jenny, so much for having me today. It's an honor to be here.
So, what types of yoga do you teach?
So I teach from a Hatha Vinyasa lineage that is from a traditional sense. In the classes setting, I teach Hatha class, Vinyasa class, also Yin and restorative practice. That's the mat yoga practice. Other than that, I also teach aerial yoga.
How are these types of yoga unique and what's the benefit?
Okay. So for most people who know yoga, or if you know a little bit of yoga, very straightforward. It's a movement practice, but there's also other aspect involved in the yoga practice. But essentially, all this type of yoga practice is all about bringing balance to our mind, body, and spirit. So it's a wellness practice to me. But diving deeper into the detail of each practice, Hatha Vinyasa practice, I would say, is the most traditional and linking to all sort of yoga practice. The way of practice is, in general, we combine movement with breath. Hatha practice is sometimes been known as a slower pace or a more balanced pace practice, and Vinyasa practice is sometimes known as, or most oftenly known as, a faster pace yoga practice. And in terms of Yin and restorative yoga practice, this is a different type of practice that involves slower movement, way slower. We hold a pose for 3 to 6 minutes in the Yin practice, and restorative yoga even longer. And what this does for our body is that we get a chance to really dive deeper into our deep tissue and working our body in a different way, even to a fascia level, that we can have a different conversation later on, but also that can have a different effect in our mental and emotional body. And aerial yoga, it's obviously a different practice. A lot of people know this as flying yoga. So essentially, we use a tool of a silk or hammock for our yoga practice. It could be pretty energizing and have a lot of activity and movement in aerial yoga. But it could also be very restorative and healing and soothing in aerial yoga. So all this different type of practice can strengthen our physical body, mental body, and bring balance and wellness into our entire being.
Awesome, that's awesome. So since you have been teaching yoga for so many years, do you have any suggestion for those beginners or who want to try yoga but never been to a yoga studio before?
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you, Jenny, for bringing this up. So we're all beginners once. I started my yoga practice somewhere. You started your yoga practice somewhere. But how? How do we first start it? And why do you want to start it? So those are the questions we can always come back to. But even when I first started yoga, I encountered this term yoga when I was in junior high school. That was a long time ago. But when I first stepping into a more regular and consistent yoga practice, I actually started on YouTube. So my first yoga teacher, she's a YouTuber, and there's lots of offering online. Based on my situation at that time, I want to have my physical strength and recover from a physical injury. So I find something that's suitable for myself at that time. But through that exploration and constant learning, I discovered more about yoga. So for beginners, I really, really encourage you to try things out and find something that's suitable for you. And online practice or YouTube channel is a very good way to kickstart your yoga journey. For one benefit is that you can find something that you need and suitable for yourself. For another benefit is that you can practice at the comfort of your own home or any setting that you feel comfortable with. You don't have to worry about getting into a public class and trying to keep up the pace of other people or students. But the flip side of practicing on your own is that you never know if you're doing it right or wrong. Maybe you need something else, or maybe you can benefit from interacting with teachers and other students. So in that sense, I would really encourage you to find a local studio that's convenient for yourself. And a lot of yoga studio nowadays, they offer classes for beginners, so you can look for that or find something that's easy to start with. So that is one option. Another option is that there's also a lot of studio offering online classes as well. So that has the same benefit as finding a YouTube channel, YouTube video to practice, but you are actually interacting with actual teacher. So a teacher can really give instruction based on what student need, based on what we see in a student, and that is the crucial part for our role as a teacher. We want to offer things that's suitable for you and offer things that can benefit you. So with that being said, I also offer online private yoga class as well. So a private setting is a very good setting for beginners as well, because you can communicate with your teacher and the teacher can know what to offer the best for you based on your own pace, based on your own need. So that is, those are the suggestions I would give to someone who wants to start yoga practice or just starting your yoga practice.
Okay, the last question is a fun question. So part of my channel is about food, and we all love food, right? So yoga can be a great workout. What's your favorite treat to indulge in after an intense yoga session?
Okay. This is an easy question for me because I love food so much. So one way I like to shape my practice, or I like to have my practice routine, is that I start my practice early. I usually enjoy a morning practice with some asana practice, vinyasa practice, pranayama, and meditation. That means some movement, breathing practice, and also meditative technique. And get ready to start my day after. The way I like to treat myself after a yoga practice is to make myself a big breakfast or a big brunch, mixing that with different ingredients, and also make myself a good coffee. That's my favorite way to treat myself.
Awesome, that's so nice. I will include Joanne's Instagram handle and website in the description box. If you're in Vancouver, you can check out her in-person yoga class. If you're not in Vancouver, you can go to her website and schedule an online yoga class, right?
Feel free to message me on YouTube, Instagram, or you can find my email address on my website. So feel free to reach out to me, and any questions, comment, feedback, we're all here to support your yoga practice and yoga journey.
Alright, if you like this video, please click like and share this video. We'll see you next time. Bye!